I was a heavy user for about 24 years. And at the age of 36, I got sober. So when you tend to go down that road, you kind of forget like what your hopes and dreams are. And when I did get sober at 36, it wasn't even a thought. And about 4 years into my journey of recovery, I was doing a podcast about my sobriety. And we got into the discussion of, did drugs and alcohol stop you from achieving any goals or dreams you may have as a child? And for a moment, in that moment, I said I always wanted to be an actor. And it just kind of like came out. It wasn't like premeditated. It wasn't something that I've been like harping on or thinking about. And, God has a great sense of humor, because the guy's reply to that was, well, you're beating addiction. Like, why can't you? And that's when everything kind of ignited. After the podcast was done, I might have thought about it a couple times. And then about 2 weeks later, this girl who was cutting my hair, Shani St. Pierre, and she's a talented special effects makeup artist, and she was working on like a B independent horror film, and they needed an extra. I knew nothing about acting. I knew nothing about the film industry. And I show up on this set. I said, yes, I show up on this set. And the director was very happy with my direction and what was going on in the scene. He said I took direction well. The guy shooting it said I looked good on camera, which was a little weird to me at the time, because it's just all, was all strange and new to me. And from there, I was, someone suggested that I get with a casting agency to just do background and extra work. So I did, and I used those opportunities to learn about film, because I never went to school for film. I didn't know any of the technical aspects of film or filming. Definitely didn't know anything about acting. So I did that for a little while, and then I moved up from like extra to like featured background, and then like a recurring background role where I was, I stood out more, and I was there in more than one scene, and I was there on more than one day of filming. And then once I understood the technicality of filming, blocking and lighting and marks and everything, every kind of terminology you can think of, which I used that time to learn about and ask a lot of questions. And, I made sure in the beginning to be